It's not many times we see Luka sit down on defense to then block someone at the rim, but EuroBasket Luka is just different. Against Poland, Luka was showcasing his ability to affect the game in a great way, such as here when Doncic comes off this DHO, the big is going to step out to attempt to stop Luka. But the thing is, when you come out more towards the outside instead of directly in front of the ball handler, this is when you leave space for Doncic to be able to cut back the other way to split you off the screen, and with a slight ball fake making the defender lunge back, this conversion inside becomes easy. Not only will Luka showcase his level of skill inside, as here when he gets that ISO, all it takes is a step back to create that space, and yes, even though the defender is closing out and gets a good contest, you already know this one right here is straight, hold on, everybody say it with me, this one right here is straight cash. Yeah, Doncic is one of those guys who can pick apart the defense from anywhere, so that's why you see the defense start to double him to make him uncomfortable or force him to make a mistake. But hey, who are we kidding? Luka will find a way to break away from this tight position and locate a teammate for the money ball. This craftiness of Luka is something the defense has a hard time containing, because when he collapses your defense off the drive, you would think you have him right where you want him, as two defenders are near him, which takes away the layup. But here's where he spins away to unlock a different look, and hold on, I bet most of you think he's going to use a fadeaway over the top, and honestly, that wouldn't be a bad shot. But as I always say, basketball at its highest level is about you being unpredictable on the floor. So instead of using that shot over the top of the defender, Luka instead dishes it down to a teammate who manages to tip it to a second teammate, and now the two-hand dunk is underway. Now I understand that most people fall in love with Luka due to how well he can create space with such a simple move such as this jab step to then bury a deep three-pointer.
For three, and that's a huge troika from Doncic.
But to me, it's his ability to allow the double to come to him, stay patient enough to let the play develop without getting overwhelmed, and then right when the window opens up for him to hit a cutter, wham! He goes ahead and puts it right on the money. This here would happen multiple times, as Poland didn't want Luka to cook him by himself, but trust me, even when one defender tried to stop him off the screen and then another one tried to hustle back also, they simply couldn't contain him. I know they took the L, but whenever Luka wanted to, he could get to his spots on the floor with relative ease, and although this one isn't a foul where Doncic goes to shoot two at the line, you can see during the exhibition games that Luka could use that handle to break past his initial defender, and then when meeting the help, this is where you have to have many different moves in your bag to go to still get to your desired spot. So that's when Luka decides to use that 1-2 Euro step, and the rest is history. All this talk around skinny Luka might be something that really sticks around when the season comes, as it's exciting to see him sauce up a defender with the handle to change directions to then go knock down a leaning floater, and just to show off that versatility, he fills out the defender with a couple bumps out the post to then spin off for straight butter. Yeah, it's entirely too hard to guard Luka when it comes to stopping him from scoring. For example, if he decides to go under the screen, well, he'll let it fly from 30 feet with no problem. But then on the flip side, if you try to stay connected with him and go over the top of the screen, well, Luka can now use a step back as you try to recover hard, and bada bing, it's money team. Honestly, there's just too many ways Doncic can manipulate the game to his liking, and that brings me to this thought.
Now listen, the thought that I'm having is, can Luka do this in the NBA? Now, I'm not talking about the scoring. I ain't talking about the way he gets to the rack or drives or shoots the three ball. I'm talking about, can he bring this focus, this intensity, this drive? How many times do we see Luka sit down on defense, rotate quick, really be locked into the play? Not too many. Come on now. It was countless of times last year we seen Luka do this. And then we see him get injured on offense when he didn't get a foul. And then take a whole possession off on defense. Now they're playing 5-on-4, and then somehow when the ball comes back to offense, he good now. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when Luka had that back injury. All of y'all remember when he got that back injury in the game, he was struggled on defense. Ow, ow. Once the offense came, he was, come on, man. We can't have that. I need you to bring that EuroBasket intensity over to the NBA. I need you to bring that skinny Luka over to the NBA. Now listen, for all my people that live overseas and haven't been to America, when you come here, you might get a little big because our proportions are big and they always juicing our food up with nasty crap. I'm telling you. So when Luka come back, he be in that drive-through. He be in that nice whip in the drive-through. He be in the in and outs, the bend and outs, and the clean and outs. Okay, he be in all the drive-throughs, and that's why he be getting big, because he needs to just hire that. He needs to just hire that chef and just lock in at the crib. Lock in with LeBron's trainer, lock in with his trainer, lock in with LeBron's body person that does everything. He needs to do all of these things, because what we all want to see MVP Luka. What we all want to see is Luka moving at good speeds, not calf strains, not knee injuries, not lower body injuries that are determined because of his weight factor. Am I saying he fat? No, I ain't even finna get on no body shaming stuff. I'm just saying, look at Luka when we see him in the summer, and then look at Luka when we see him in the regular season. It's quite different. And the reason I'm not too, oh yeah, Luka, because we've seen this story before. We've seen Luka go over there, get skinny, get sturdy, and then when he come back, give him 2 months, he out of shape. Got a little weight, can't move the same. That's not what we want to see. Still trying to get better, y'all. But anyways, I think that the Lakers can make a push. Now, is it going to be a deep push? I'm not sure. That second unit is scary. Who's going to create on that second unit? Who's going to be the driving factor of that second unit? Also, DeAndre Ayton. Now listen, he could be a great addition to the LA Lakers, but I'm not sure what he's going to do. He was not that great in Phoenix. He was not that great. I just don't think that he's that player that's like, oh, we moved the needle, we got a big three. But you know, when the Lakers get a player, everybody always starts saying, we got the big three. This is the new Showtime. This is let's slow our roll. Let's wait. Let's see how he plays for a couple months. Let's see how the chemistry goes. Depending on how the chemistry goes with him and Luka, LeBron, and whatnot, this team could make a push. But am I saying a championship push? No, you still not getting past the Nuggets to me. I'm not sure. You might not get past the Timberwolves to me. You might not get past the Warriors to me. You might not even get past OKC. I'm telling you, the West is stacked, and a lot of teams are ready to push. A lot of teams are ready to go. Houston Rockets, they're ready to go. So LA doesn't have an easy path to get to a championship, but what they do have is a bona fide star in Luka Doncic, and he can lead you to the promised land. It just matters if he can pick it up on defense. The amount of points he gives up, the amount of breakdowns he gives up, it exhausts his other teammates. People think, oh, well, it's not the same amount of points scored. It don't matter about that. It's about when the defense breaks down, your other teammates have to help out. They have to run. They have to rotate. They can make more mistakes. It lets other guys get hot. These are the reasons why you can't have a liability on defense, okay? That's why the Mavericks said, you got to go. You're too much of a liability. Other players are having to pick up the slack for you. So hopefully when he comes back, the defense is locked in. I'm not asking him to be a premier A+ defender. Can we get a C effort out of you, Luka? Can we get a C+? Some nights can we get a B- where you're really tracking? Listen, when you're a point guard and you know how to pass the ball, you know how to do these things, you understand that on defense too. So you can watch the floor and see when, oh yeah, they finna make this pass. They finna make that pass. You feel what I'm saying? So I hope Luka comes back good in shape. I hope we keep skinny EuroBasket Luka. I'm excited to watch some more EuroBasket. I know they lost to Poland in the first game, but listen, Luka put on a show. And that is what we had to cover today. Hopefully when he comes back to the States, he can do the same thing. Keep the body right, keep the mind right, and strive right. Everybody, I thank y'all for supporting me. YouTube does get hard. I don't know how long Hoop Mastery is going to be around, just for the simple fact that, hey, the quality of the videos versus the, but it is what it is. I mess with y'all. I love y'all, man. I love spreading this hoop knowledge. If you believe in, upper, everybody stay prayed up. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment. Hey, and when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you first to know when I upload. I appreciate y'all, man. Have a great day.